Good morning, everyone. This is the sum we will be doing today. This is the sum we will be doing today. Shobit Limited is considering to purchase a machine. So there is Shobit Limited which wants to purchase a machine. This is a company, and before purchasing a machine, single machine, it is going through two machines. It's making a study of two machines to understand which one is better, and the one which is better will be purchased by the company. So this decision which the company is making with the help of capital budgeting, this decision will be done with the help of capital budgeting, and we have to help the company to make this decision. So there are two machines, A and B, are available at the cost of 1,20,000 each. That means both A and B are of the same cost, 1,20,000 each. Now what has been given here? Earning after tax but before depreciation are likely to be under. Now tell me, earning before tax but earning after tax but before depreciation, मतलब क्या earning है ये? Can anyone tell me ये? What is this? Earning after tax, मतलब earning मतलब profit, तो ये net profit after tax है. But before depreciation means depreciation has been added back here. So in net profit after tax, when we add a depreciation, but before depreciation means depreciation minus नहीं हुआ है. यहाँ ये प्रॉफिट में टैक्स माइनस हो चुका है, बिकॉज इट्स profit after tax, earning after tax, but before depreciation means depreciation has not been minused. So what is it? Yes, Farin, you are right, but you have not written this is inflow. But what inflow? This is cash inflow. You have to write it completely, cash inflow. So what is this? This is cash inflow. You're partially correct. This is cash inflow. Earnings after tax, but before depreciation is nothing but your cash inflow. Means यहाँ पे हमें cash inflow directly दिया हुआ है, तो अलग से क्या हमें depreciation भी निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है, because this amount is what? This is earning after tax but before depreciation, means here tax has been minus but depreciation has not been minus. But ये income में depreciation minus नहीं हुआ है, depreciation has not been deducted. And हम depreciation को starting में deduct क्यों करते हैं? So that we can minus the tax, so that we can save in the tax. Tax saving के लिए we first minus depreciation and then minus tax and then add back the depreciation. Depreciation को add ही करना है हमें, depreciation last में minus करना ही नहीं है. Why? Because depreciation is a non-cash expense. Means depreciation is a expense. We assume that the value of the asset is getting reduced, but does that money goes out? Does depreciation means amount going out of the business? No. Depreciation is only an assumption that this much value of the asset is getting reduced. There is no outflow of cash in depreciation. Depreciation is a non-cash expense. So earning after tax but before depreciation is nothing but cash, is nothing but cash inflow. So we have been given with the information of years, and in the years we have year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have been given the cash inflow of machine A, inflows of machine A in year 1, in year 2, in year 3, year 4, year 5. Same goes with machine B, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Now we have to evaluate the two alternatives using payback period method. And there is one more method called payback profitability. I will come to that what is payback profitability. I'll explain you after we complete with the payback period. I'll explain you what is payback profitability, that I'll do in the later part of the lecture. Now let us, without wasting time, go to the solution and our step 1. सबसे पहले step 1. And in step 1, what do? We calculate what? Calculation of cash outflow. That is, we want to calculate how much cash is going outside the business. Can anyone tell me how much is the cash outflow? Can anyone tell me how much is the cash outflow for machine A and machine B? Cash outflow for machine A and machine B. No one? Yes, correct, Yusuf. Cash outflow is 1,20,000. What is cash outflow? Cash outflow means कितना पैसा बाहर जाने वाला है असेट को खरीदने के लिए. Cash outflow means the cost of the investment. Remember, cash outflow means what? The cost of the investment. So here, the cost of the investment is 1,20,000 for machine A and 1,20,000 cash outflow is for machine B as well. दोनों का cost same है, correct? So the cash outflow is same for both the machines. Now our step 2 is depreciation. But nothing is given about depreciation. Depreciation ka rate, number of years, scrap value. Does anything is given or what in this question? Nothing is given. So we can directly go to step 3. No need of writing depreciation also. Because depreciation का use is not there in this question. जब cash inflow दिया रहता है, whenever cash inflow is directly given in the question, no need to calculate depreciation. Remember, when cash outflow is directly given in the question, no need to calculate depreciation. Irrelevant. कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो भी उसका कोई यूज नहीं है, बिकॉज वी ऑलरेडी हैव द कैश इनफ्लो. हम डेप्रिसिएशन क्यों निकालते हैं? व्हाई डू वी कैलकुलेट डेप्रिसिएशन? सो दैट वी कैन कैलकुलेट द कैश इनफ्लो. सो जब कैश इनफ्लो इक्वेशन में दिया हुआ है, तो व्हाई टू वेस्ट टाइम इन कैलकुलेटिंग डेप्रिसिएशन? करेक्ट. So इसलिए we will not waste our time and we will directly shift to what? We will shift to machine A का cash inflow. So machine A का cash inflow निकालने के लिए I'll go to the table. I'll insert 3 columns. First one I want for year. Second one I want for cash inflow. Third one I want for cumulative cash inflow. Remember, when more than 1 year's information is given, what do? We calculate the cash inflow. So cash inflow, how much is it for first year? We have the question here, na? First year, we are looking in machine A, okay? So machine A का ही cash inflow बताओ. हम machine A का देख रहे. The second year का cash inflow is 40,000. Third year का cash inflow is 30,000. How do I know? I can see from here, na? Fourth year का cash inflow is 20,000 and fifth year का cash inflow also is 20,000. Now we have to find out the cumulative cash inflows. Can you all tell me how to calculate the cumulative? Cumulative cash inflow में first year end total in cash inflow is 50,000. In second year end कितना टोटल प्रॉफिट हो गया? यस करेक्ट परवीन, 50,000 प्लस 40,000 दैट इज इक्वल टू 90,000. थर्ड ईयर में 90,000, 2 year तक प्रॉफिट, टिल 2 years our profit was 90,000 and in the third year additional 30,000 means 90,000 plus 30,000 which is equal to 1,20,000. And in the fourth year 1,20,000 plus 20,000, fourth year ka cash inflow we got how much? 1,40,000. And fifth year 1,40,000 plus 20,000, fifth year cash inflow it is 1,60,000. Now our step, now shall we do the inflow for even other machinery also? मशीनरी बी का भी कर लेते हैं. उसके बाद we will go to the, what I say, we will go to the payback period. We will go later on. Just copying from here because only profits will be different, na? Okay, so here profits हम देख लेते क्या है because ये सब I am going to delete. Okay, now go above. Let us see what are the profits. Let us see what are the profits of first year. Machine B, first year profit is 20,000. So I will write cash inflow of 20,000. Let us see second year and third year profit. Okay, second year 30,000, third year 50,000. So we'll write 30,000 and uska next year is 50,000. Now let us go ahead. Fourth and fifth is 40,000, 40,000. So we will write here 40,000 and 40,000. We have got the profits of all the 5 years cash inflows. Now what we will do? Now we will calculate the cumulative cash inflows. Now we will calculate the cumulative cash inflows. Cumulative cash inflow first year cumulative is 20,000. first year end हुआ तो total profit from machinery B was 20,000. second year end हुआ तो 20,000 plus 30,000, our profit became 50,000. cumulative profit became 50,000. third year में our cumulative profit 50,000 second year end तक हुआ, थर्ड ईयर में और 50,000 का प्रॉफिट हुआ. 50 plus 50 is 1 lakh and 1 lakh plus fourth year का प्रॉफिट 1,40,000 and fifth year का प्रॉफिट 1,80,000. Any confusion till here, anyone? What we have done, every year we are calculating the total profit. First year end only 20,000 profit. Second year end 20 plus 30, 50,000 profit. Third year end 20 plus 30 plus 50,000, 1 lakh. Fourth year end 20 plus 30 plus 50 plus 40, that is 1,40,000. 5th ईयर एंड सबको ऐड किया और हमारा टोटल प्रॉफिट है 1,80,000. मंजू करेक्ट, परवीन करेक्ट, यूसुफ करेक्ट. Every one of you have given correct answer. Very good. And I am also happy because most of you have solved the I'm not happy because only few of you have solved the assignment, but I am satisfied that you have mostly have solved it correctly. Most of you in the homework, some mistakes are there, silly mistake, one silly mistake which I have given in the feedback. Now cash inflow is also over. Let us come to this sum. Machine A's cash inflow is over. Machine B's cash inflow is over. Now we will come to step number 4. Step number 4 is payback period. Step number 4 is payback period. Now for payback period, what will we see? We will see the cumulative cash inflow. First I will write machine A. Let us calculate the payback period for machine A. What is the cash outflow? Cash outflow, as we all know, is 1,20,000. Now tell me, look into the inflows, cumulative inflows. Where in which year is machinery A able to get 1,20,000 as profit? In the first year, it is 50,000. In the second year, total return is 90,000. In the third year, the total return is 1,20,000. That means the payback period is how much for machinery A? It is 3 years. Correct answer. Correct answer. Only 3 to 4 of you are giving correct answers. It is 3 years. What is 30,000, Yusuf? It is, yes, no. 30,000 ये सब नहीं लिखना directly. Payback period is always referred with years. इसका मीनिंग क्या है? जब 3 years we will use the machinery, continuous 3 years we will be able to get back the initial investment that we done on machinery A. मतलब अगर मशीनरी ए खरीदते हैं तो 3 years में we will be able to get back, recover our 1,20,000 which we invested on purchase of machinery A. मतलब मशीनरी ए के ऊपर जो 1,20,000 खर्च हुआ है, that we will be able to recover in 3 years. So the payback period for machinery A is 3 years. Payback period for machinery A is 3 years. Very simple. अगर ऐसे अगर डायरेक्टली हमें नहीं मिलता, then we have to apply the formula that we will have to do for machinery B. We will have to do for machinery B. So machinery B, now let us come to machinery B. Let us come to machinery B. Machinery B, first year 20,000, second year 50,000, third year 1 lakh, fourth year 1,40,000. That means ये तो 1,20,000 से ज्यादा है. We cannot write directly 4 years. 4 years में तो 1,40,000 recover हुआ है. But 1,40,000 is not the cash outflow. Cash outflow for machinery B is 1,20,000. Machinery B का cash outflow is 1,20,000, same as machinery A. So how can you say 4 years? Because 4 years में तो 1,40,000 मिला है. So what we will have to do? We will have to put the formula here, that is year before full recovery plus what we will write, plus unrecovered amount, open a bracket, unrecovered amount, sorry, unrecovered amount divide by next year's cash inflow. This formula is very important. So, what is the year before full recovery? What is the year before full recovery? This formula only I am explaining you. Year before full recovery. What do you mean by year before full recovery? Means 1,20,000 पूरा रिकवर होने से पहले वाला ईयर कौन सा है, विच इज द ईयर बिफोर रिकवरी ऑफ 1,20,000. See, in the first year it is 20,000, second year 50,000, third year is 1 lakh, and fourth year is 1,40,000. 1,40,000 is more than 1,20,000. 1,40,000 is more than 1,20,000. So which is the year before full recovery? Yes, you all are correct. It is the third year. So this third year is very important. So what I can do, I can bold this third year. So here 3, I can write here 3 plus 3 plus, what is the unrecovered amount? Can anyone tell me? 1 लाख तक रिकवर हुआ, तो कितना अभी भी रिकवर होना बाकी है? हाउ विल यू गेट द अनरिकवर्ड अमाउंट? अनरिकवर्ड अमाउंट मीन्स टोटल कैश आउटफ्लो में कितना अभी भी रिकवर होना बाकी है इन द थर्ड ईयर. यस, यू ऑल हैव गिवन करेक्ट आंसर. 1,20,000 में सिर्फ 1 लाख इज रिकवर्ड. So unrecovered amount is how much? Unrecovered amount is 20,000 and divide by this 20,000. कहाँ से रिकवर करेंगे? फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट ईयर. थर्ड ईयर में, नेक्स्ट ईयर, थर्ड ईयर में है तो व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट ईयर? नेक्स्ट ईयर इज, हियर यू ऑल मेक द मिस्टेक दीपा. दे से नेक्स्ट ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो. हम थर्ड ईयर को हाईलाइट करके रखे हैं. वी हैव हाईलाइटेड द थर्ड ईयर. सो थर्ड ईयर का नेक्स्ट ईयर कौन सा है? थर्ड ईयर का नेक्स्ट ईयर है फोर्थ ईयर. उसका कैश इनफ्लो, फोर्थ ईयर का कैश इनफ्लो इज हाउ मच? 40,000. 40,000 next year. See what they have told, next year's cash inflow. and हमने थर्ड को, थर्ड का नेक्स्ट ईयर कौन सा है? फोर्थ. दैट फोर्थ ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो, फोर्थ ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो इज हाउ मच? 40,000. So now just solve the question. Solve it. 20,000 divide by 40,000. How much are you getting? 20,000. 20,000 divide by 40,000. How much are you getting? 0.5. Are you getting 0.5? 40,000 divide by, sorry, 20,000 divide by 40,000. How much are you getting? 0.5, correct? You're getting 0.5, matlab 3 plus 0.5. 3 plus 0.5, which is equal to 3.5 years. So the payback period for machinery B is 3.5 years. Now you have to give a suggestion to the company. You have to give the suggestion to the company which machinery to purchase. मशीनरी ए खरीदना चाहिए या मशीनरी बी खरीदना चाहिए, which machinery to purchase? Now you have to give this answer to the company, to Shubot Limited. Which machinery should be purchased? Tell me. Should it be machinery A or should it be machinery B? Machinery A means 3 years में पैसा वापस मिलेगा और machinery B means 3.5 years में पैसा मिलेगा. So which machinery should they purchase? Shubot Limited को we have to give the answer. For that also 1 marks will be there. So as per, we will write in one line, as per payback period method, machine A should be purchased. As you want to give the reason, तो reason भी दे सकते हो. As the payback period is less. ये reason नहीं देना है. Only if you write as per payback period method, machinery A should be purchased लिखोगे तो भी you will get full marks. So this is done. Payback period is done. Now they have asked one more thing in the question. If we go to the question, see, if we go to the question, what have they asked? One more thing they have asked. They have asked payback profitability. They have asked payback profitability. So payback profitability के लिए, this, what is payback profitability? Firstly, what is payback profitability also we want to know. Second one is payback profitability. Now there is a disadvantage of payback period. We had discussed the disadvantages of payback periods. One of the disadvantage of payback period is it ignores the profitability element. मतलब क्या? यहाँ पे if we concentrate on the two machines, machinery A and machinery B, the total profit, if we purchase machinery A, we can total returns is how much? 1,60,000. And the total returns of machinery B is 1,80,000. मतलब अगर हम machinery A खरीदते हैं तो in the full lifetime of the machinery, screen is not available. 1 minute, wait. Now is it available? I think it was available earlier also. I can see that sharing is going on. See here, if you pay attention and observe both the machineries, inflow, total inflows. If you use machinery A, total 5 साल ये मशीनरी को यूज करके 1 2 3 4 5, your total return is 1,60,000. Same way, if you use the machinery B for 5 years, 1 2 3 4 5, total return is 1,80,000. That means the payback period does not consider the profits which are realized after the payback period is over. That is, after you recover the initial investment, after you get the money which you have invested in the asset, after getting that money also that machine is working, उसके बाद भी वो machine returns लेके आ रहा है, that machine is getting returns to the company. You are ignoring that returns here. What are you doing? You are ignoring the after payback period returns in payback period method. So to cover that disadvantage, we have one more formula which is known as payback profitability, that gives you the overall profitability in a machine, in a asset. that tells you that after utilizing the machine, using the machine for its lifetime, after using the machine for its lifetime, how much return are you getting, how much total return are you able to make. So what we will do, we will here see the payback profitability. There is a formula for payback profitability. What is that formula? Let us see. The formula is total cumulative cash inflows minus कैश आउटफ्लो, या फिर तो कॉस्ट ऑफ इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट लिखेंगे, या फिर यू कैन राइट इन ब्रैकेट कैश आउटफ्लो. कैश आउटफ्लो मीन्स how much returns, total profit कितना है मशीनरी. So here let us do machine, let us find out the payback profitability for machinery A. Let us find out the payback profitability for machinery A. So let us see how much is the cumulative cash inflow for machinery A. Total cumulative inflow इस 1,60,000. दैट मीन्स पूरा 5 साल जब हम ये मशीन को यूज करेंगे, मशीनरी ए को, तो हम कितना प्रॉफिट बना सकते हैं? 1,60,000 माइनस हाउ मच इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ मशीनरी ए, हाउ मच इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ मशीनरी ए, सॉरी, हाउ मच इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ मशीनरी ए? Cost of machinery A is 1,20,000. So how much is the payback profitability? Can anyone tell me? Payback profitability is 40,000. That means ये मशीन को पूरा 5 years यूज करते हैं, तो 3rd year में तो हमें 1,20,000 मिल जाता है. उसके बाद जो प्रॉफिट है, व्हाट इज द प्रॉफिट ऑफ द मशीनरी? मतलब 1,20,000 मशीनरी में डाल के आप कितना प्रॉफिट अर्न कर पाओगे? व्हाट विल बी द प्रॉफिट? एस्टिमेटेड प्रॉफिट, इट विल बी 40,000. इट विल बी हाउ मच? इट विल बी रुपीज 40,000. Now let us find out the same for machinery B. Machinery B का cumulative profit is 1,80,000. Are you able to see this? 1,80,000. So we will write here 1,80,000. 1,80,000 minus how much is the cash outflow? We all know it. It is 1,20,000. So how much is the profitability you are getting here? Profitability here is 60,000. So as per payback period method, हमने तो बोला मशीन A purchase करना चाहिए. Now as per payback period profitability, where the profit is more, machine A और machine B, कहाँ प्रॉफिट ज्यादा है? मशीन ए में है या मशीन बी में? विच मशीन इज गिविंग मोर प्रॉफिट? सो वी विल राइट वन मोर कंक्लूजन हियर. एज पर पेबैक प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी मेथड, as per payback profitability method, machine B should be purchased as the profit of machine B is more. If you not want to write the reason, just write down as per payback profitability method, machine B should be purchased. This much also you write, it's okay. See, now here there are two different conclusions. As per payback period, machine A should be purchased, and as per payback profitability method, machine B should be purchased. We can only give our conclusions. Now, the last decision of purchase will be taken by the company. We are not the decision makers. We are just to give the company. Just we will be giving our conclusions. That is, according to which method, which machine should be purchased. This is our conclusion. Now decision making will be done by the company, so we need not think about that, we need not bother about it. We just need to give our conclusion that as per what method what machine should be purchased. So as per payback period method, we can see, as per payback period method, what can we see, that machine A has to be purchased, and as per payback profitability method, machine B should be purchased. So with this sum is done.